So the last stage, transitioning a relationship from casually dating into exclusivity. And exclusivity is a step to move towards a relationship, but it doesn't have to be like a really big, major, scary step. So what is exclusivity? This is where you're asking someone to, it depends on what you're looking for in a relationship. If you're looking for a monogamous relationship, you might be asking someone to just date you. If you're in a poly relationship, maybe there's kind of certain things that you feel comfortable or not comfortable with seeing them and then seeing other people. So you want to clarify that with them. So if you're asking for exclusivity, say for a monogamous relationship, it's giving the opportunity for the relationship to actually thrive and grow. Because if both of you haven't actually clarified that you're just seeing each other in that circumstance, you might be, for example, watering a whole lot of plants and seedlings at once, kind of spreading your water thin, and you might not be giving any plant a real chance. Whereas if we're saying, okay, I'm going to put my time and energy, I like where this is going so far, and I want to see more where it grows, then we're actually going to put that container, those expectations, and make them clear. We don't want to just assume that the other person's not seeing someone or that they want a long-term committed relationship. We actually want to clarify it with them. And sometimes people have a fear of asking for this because they think, what if they say they don't want it? What if they get angry? But the thing is that if they have, a really stressful reaction or they do end it, we actually want to know that sooner rather than later, rather than kind of waiting 3 months, 4 months, and then realizing they didn't want a long-term relationship. Because if you stay in 4 relationships for 4 months, then that already could be a whole year gone. Whereas if you ask for exclusivity, the way to ask it is when you feel ready. So that's the only criteria. You might feel ready after 3 dates, you might feel ready after 3 months. It's very unique to every individual relationship. And if you ask when you're ready, then you actually get to filter more easily, is this person on the same page and then we can continue to grow together? Or is it painful, but it's better to move on if they're not actually showing up in that way? You also don't want to ask exclusivity to hope someone then, I guess, is more consistent or more caring. Sometimes people think, I enjoy hanging out, but they don't hang out that much. But if I ask them to be, in a relationship, then maybe they'll start to show up more. That's not how it works. We want to invite them to have exclusivity because they're showing up in the way that we want. And if they're not, we actually want to bring up a conversation about what's getting in the way first, see if they have that growth mindset and that respect, and then you can ask for exclusivity after that. And it's really important to know that actually clarifying what the relationship is vital for relationship health. That if we don't clarify this, we'll end up in a situationship. And you might find yourself, in that loop of only casual relationships when you really want something committed. And actually putting out your needs, taking this brave step is what could help a relationship if it's going to go that direction. So a quote here from Esther Perel: "It takes 2 people to create a pattern, but only 1 to change it." So knowing that, you might have found yourself in repeating relationship dynamics for a very long time now, even years, but knowing that it's okay. You don't need to wait for the other people to start changing. That it's like a cog in machine. If you start turning one cog, it's actually connected, and then all the other cogs start to move with it. So I've just got a bit of references here from things I've referred to. And this is a list of resources that will also be sent out to you. So I've got a list of podcasts that can be helpful. You might notice the bottom one, I've made a podcast myself called Psychology of Dating, which you can look up. It's on Spotify, Apple iTunes, ones like that. I've also got my website there. Anyone wants more information about coaching or anything like that. I've also got some book recommendations. I've got that DBT self-help book there that I've been mentioning